Hi, class. Welcome to your Monday lesson for language arts. Today, you need a pencil, your LA writing notebook, and your workshop. We are going to go over the essential question. We're going to read something together. Then, we'll talk about main idea and key details and go over homework. Make sure you have all your materials ready to go before we start the lesson. Okay, our essential question for today is: how can starting a business help others? I think this is such an interesting question, and you guys are going to get to be really creative today. Now, your homework question is: if you owned a business, how would you use some of your profits to help others? So you're going to think about that today. Our story is on workshop, page 78. But before we go there, I want you to turn the page to workshop, page 75. Okay, so please go there. Now, you should see a picture of a woman in a bakery. Let's read a little bit about her. You can follow along on the computer screen or you can look at your book. Rise to the challenge. How do you start a business and help people at the same time? A woman in New York City did it. She started a bakery that includes a culinary training program for immigrants. Not only has the training program been successful, the bakery's breads are a big hit too. So, this woman in this picture, well, I assume it's this woman. I think it's the same person. This woman decided that she wanted to help people who had just moved to the United States. They're immigrants. And she wanted to help them by teaching them how to cook. So let's look at these questions that are next to the blue triangles. How do you think a business can give back to the community? What kinds of things could they do? What kinds of businesses would you start, and how would it help people or your community? So take your writing notebook now and turn it horizontally. This is vertical, this is horizontal. Go to a new page in your writing notebook. Your title should be Starting a Business. And I want you to copy this picture here. This picture, you don't write name of a business, okay? Don't write that. You're just copying the 5 ovals or the 5 circles. Remember, we did this last year in 3rd grade. Okay, now I want you to think of something you're good at and how you could make a business out of that thing. Then you put the name of your business in the middle and you tell me 4 ways that your business could contribute to or help your community. So pause your video now. I want you to work on this and then come back and I'll show you what my idea was. Okay, I hope you're finished with your graphic organizer. Now I'm going to share my idea with you. I decided to start a business where I will sell items that I knit. I learned how to knit this past Christmas, and I have decided Not really. To start a business called Nitty Gritty. So, the first way that I could give back or contribute to my community is I could donate baby hats. When babies are born without mommies and daddies, or maybe when a baby is born and the mom and dad can't afford many things, I could donate a little knitted hat to them. Another way I could contribute to my community is I could teach people for free. If people don't have very much money or they can't pay me to take a class, I could teach them how to knit for free and then they would have a new skill. The most important way that I would give back is I would tithe my profits, which means whatever I make, let's say I sell a hat for 10,000 won, I would take some of that money and go donate it to my church. This is an act of obedience that Christians do so that we can show God that this money isn't ours. This money is from God, and we need to make sure and give to our church and support the church by giving money. Okay? The last thing that I could do is instead of buying really cheap yarn and materials from like Emart or HomePlus, I could buy yarn from local people. So if I see someone, maybe not in Korea, but in America, who has a llama or a sheep, and they take that wool and they make yarn, it might be a little bit more expensive, but I could support their business by buying from them instead of going to a huge business like Costco or Emart, where my money doesn't matter to them. They're already a very rich company. Anyway, these are some of my ideas. I would love to see your ideas. So after this lesson, I want you to go to Class Dojo and take a picture of your work. Now, wait a minute. We need to talk about these pictures you guys are posting. Y'all, I cannot see some of these pictures. They're upside down, or they're blurry, or it's dark. Please post a clear picture of your work. It will save me so much time. And instead of trying to do this to look at your picture, make sure it's right side up. Make sure there's a light on, or you could maybe hold it up like this, or get your parents to help you. But please do your best and please take clear pictures. Okay, let's keep going. Now we are going to read together in our workshop. So open your work. Well, your workshop should already be open. Turn to page 78 and 79, and I'm going to read the story to you. Hi, class. I hope you have your workshop in front of you. I'm going to be reading to you today your workshop story on page 78, Dollars and Cents. Behind the success of these big businesses is a desire to help others. Now, as you can see here, I have a piece of paper. If you look at this page, it's kind of overwhelming how many words are here. So I like to cover up words as I read, starting here. Good business is not always about the bottom line. A compassionate company knows that making money is not the only way to measure success. Many large businesses in the United States and all over the world are finding unusual ways to help people in need. Hearts and souls. After starting and running 4 businesses, Blake Mikowski wanted a break from his usual routine. In 2006, he traveled to Argentina in South America, and while he was there, he learned to sail and dance. He also visited poor villages where very few of the children had shoes. Mikowski decided he had to do something. I'm going to start a shoe company, and for every pair I sell, I'm going to give 1 pair to a kid in need. For this new undertaking, Mikowski started the business using his own money. He named it Tom's, Shoes for Tomorrow. The slip-on shoes are modeled on shoes that are traditionally worn by Argentine workers. Mikowski immediately set up his innovative one-for-one program. Tom's gives away one pair of shoes for every pair that is purchased. Later that year, Mikowski returned to Argentina and gave away 10,000 pairs of shoes. By 2011, Tom's had donated over 1 million pairs. That's incredible. Okay, turn the page, please. All right, at the top, you can see a picture of Tom's employees unpack shoes to give away. Okay, let me focus my camera. All right. The company has expanded to sell eyeglasses. In a similar program, one pair of eyeglasses is donated for every pair that is bought. Mikowski is pleased and surprised. I always thought I would spend the first half of my life making money and the second half giving it away, Mikowski says. I never thought I could do both at the same time. Giving back rocks. Have you ever seen a Hard Rock Cafe? The company runs restaurants and hotels. In 1990, the company launched a new enterprise, charity. Since then, it has given away millions of dollars to different causes. Its motto is love all, serve all. One way the company raises funds or money for charity is by selling a line of t-shirts. The process starts with rock stars designing the art that goes on the shirts. Then the shirts are sold on the internet. Part of the money that is raised from the sales of the shirts is given to charity. Employees at Hard Rock Cafe locations are encouraged to raise money for their community. Every store does it differently. Here we have a picture of the Hard Rock Cafe, and it says, "The Hard Rock Cafes are successful and give back to the community." Now here you see a bar graph. Top 5 biggest charities. We have the United Way Worldwide, Salvation Army, AmeriCares, Feed the Children, and Food for the Poor. Individuals as well as businesses are committed to helping people in need. This graph shows the American charities that got the most donations in one recent year and how much money they raised. So these charities are just out of America. You know, I'd be really curious to see which charities in Korea are the top 5. All right, let's read. I believe this is the last page. Okay. The restaurant in Hollywood, Florida, worked with some exceptional students from 2 Florida high schools. Together, they put on an event to raise money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. The foundation grants wishes to children with serious medical problems. The bottom line. Every day, companies are thinking of innovative ways to give back to their community. If you own a business, making a profit is important. However, helping others is just as important as the bottom line. Helping others is good business. Okay, so thanks for listening, and let's go back to our lesson. All right, welcome back to our lesson. Let's talk about main idea and key details. Turn the page to page 83 and follow along as I read. Main idea and key details. The main idea is the most important idea that an author presents in a text or section of text. Key details give important information to support the main idea. Now, I'm going to paraphrase or say in a shorter way what I just read. So look at your computer. I want you to go to a new piece of paper in your writing notebook. It could be the back of the one you just wrote on. and copy down this title, main idea and key details, and copy my paraphrased or shorter sentence. The main idea is the most important idea. You can highlight that, you can underline it, you can write it in a different color, but make sure that you emphasize most important. Pause your video if you need time to do this. Copy this sentence down. Key details give important information to help us understand the main idea. Pause your video, copy this down. Okay, you should have copied down these two sentences that help us understand main idea and key details. Now, if you look on page 83, your book gives you an example. If the main idea is that the Hard Rock Cafe sells a line of t-shirts to raise funds for charity, the details that support this are that rock stars design the art that goes on the shirts are sold on the internet, and part of the money that is raised from the sales of the shirts is given to charity. All of these details help us understand the most important idea, which is that the Hard Rock Cafe sells t-shirts to raise money. Now, what I would like you to do right now is copy down this graphic organizer in your writing notebook. Main idea and 3 details. Can you please do this now? Once you're finished copying this down, I want you to go back in your story and find a main idea of the whole story. Now, let me give you a hint. If you read the very first sentence and the very last maybe 2 sentences, that will give you a good idea of what the main idea is all about. So, look at the first sentence in your story and the last 2 sentences, and that's the main idea. Then I want you to find 3 supporting details of this main idea. This is your homework for tonight. We are going to check this for Tuesday's lesson. Do your best. That brings us to our homework for tonight. You need to take a picture, a clear, bright, easy to read picture of your graphic organizer that we drew, the one with the circles. All you have to do, take a picture and show me. Then you need to go in your writing notebook and finish the main idea and 3 key details, which I just talked about. Okay, I will see you for tomorrow's lesson. We will check the main idea and key details then. So if you're a little bit lost on what to do, just do your best and we'll check it tomorrow. Thank you for working so hard and paying attention, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Wash your hands. Bye.